Let me swap this over real quick. Oh, wrong one. This one. Bam. There you go. See you later.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Happy.
St. Patrick, of course, being the patron saint of spewing green beer. So how many lucky Irish do we have playing today? One player, that's fine. Means we can't use the carpool lane, but we're still okay. Now, tell me what your name is. Oh, yeah. Hey, I also need to know if you want a 7-question game or a
21, baby.
Thanks, Rooney.
30 seconds.
Your buzzer's the letter B, as in Bert Bacharach.
20 seconds.
Oh, 20 seconds. Okay, look, listen, here's the directions. When a question pops up, you gotta buzz in. Then you pick your answer on the screen and hit the right number on the keyboard. Got it? It is easy. For God's sake, be careful.
Sure. I mean, it's St. Patrick's Day. What do you expect?
Dummy! Yeah! It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Welcome. Hi, hello. This is You Don't Know Jack. I'm Cookie, and you're pathetic. Playing by yourself? Go read a book. Oh, all right, whatever. The game
You
of
don't get
solitaire.
paid
That's
if
okay.
I
I'm here alone
read
too.
a book,
So let's
dude.
get it on.
Think about it.
Okay, I need it.
Trivia emergency. Call 911.
Let's see what we got going. Your breath is fresh. $2,000 for a correct answer. Just step up and take a swing at this one. According to the back of the bottle, if you accidentally swallow a mouthful of scope, what should you do? Gargle again for maximum effect? Kiss someone while breath is freshest? Chase with lemon juice and salt water? Or contact poison control immediately?
I think you're supposed to contact poison control.
According to the back of the bottle, if you accidentally ingest scope, you know, the stuff you're supposed to put in your mouth, then you should seek professional assistance or contact poison control immediately. Don't worry too much, though. You'll still taste minty. Okay.
Won't
pick
do
a
much good in the
category.
ER though.
This is the end of the tape. Turn it over to play side 2.
May I introduce Boat in a Boat? Looks like this one's going for $1,000. Heads up, here it comes. Considering the familiar term used for dollar coins in Canada, which phrase best describes a wild shopping spree at a Canadian everything's a dollar store? Being nutty, going loony, acting zany, or getting dopey?
It's a loony.
The Canadian dollar coin is called a loonie.
Give me some batteries and that plunger, that keychain, and that 5-pound brick of soap.
I need a category.
Son, you best be out of town before I count to 3.
The category is dough, a thing you'll win if you get this right. And you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Hey, remember how in The Sound of Music, Maria is hired by Baron von Trapp? Instead of Baron von Trapp, suppose The Sound of Music's Maria had been hired by Baron von Sacher-Masoch. With what would you have expected the hills to be alive? The sound of photons, the sound of coal mines, the sound of spanking, or the sound of cotton gins?
Ew. Soccer Masoch. Photons? They want my score.
In case you're wondering, Leopold von Sacher-Masoch was a big fan of masochism. In fact, his name's the source of the word. Right, now all I'll be able to think about for like 3 days is Julie Andrews in a rubber cat suit.
At least it wouldn't be as bad as
All right,
SOB.
hit me. Well, looks like this category is you'll be humming for days. This one's worth $1,000. Let's see if you can wrap your head around this. Which of the following lyrics might be a part of the theme song for a show called The Brady Bill? It's the story of the wait for a handgun, had feminist agendas like their mother, the youngest one in work release, or busy with 3 currencies of his own.
It's a story of a wait for a handgun.
The Brady Bill restricts the sale of handguns.
That's it. I've had it with cleaning up after all you little brats. I'm going to buy a gun. Don't go anywhere for the next 7 days.
Category, please.
Give me one good reason.
I'll give you 5! For your enjoyment, Mom always said $3,000 for this
Go play
one.
ball in the
Well,
house.
if you're like me, and you're probably not, but if you were, you just can't get enough of those Brady kids. Suppose that Peter Brady from a 1950s sci-fi TV show had broken his mother's vase. Considering what is unique about his character, what would he most likely have done about it? Would he have traveled back in time and not broken it, used his saliva to glue it back together, made a new one at super speed, or turned invisible and hid?
Oh. Okay, this I have no flipping clue on. I think I'll have to pass on this.
Hey, got a minute? Take a look at a right answer. Peter Brady is the invisible man, so he might have turned invisible to avoid the whole unpleasant scene.
Mom never said anything about not drinking chemicals in the house. Now what are we gonna do, Peter? Peter? Where'd you go?
Okay, I need a category. Pucker up for no prize for second place. $2,000 says you don't know this one. Okay, get your hand on your buzzer and get ready to type in the answer that completes this sequence. Carter, Mondale, Dukakis, Bush. What's the next name in this sequence?
Jimmy Carter, Walter Mondale, Frankie Dukakis, George Bush. Dole?
Talk to me, type. Bob Dole was the runner-up in the 1996 presidential election, just like those other guys were runners-up in the previous 4 elections.
Okay, there you go.
And that's a direct quote from Bob himself. Okay, pick a category.
My dog's won. But to you and me, that's...
The category? What a maroon! $1,000 at stake on this one. Put it in gear, cause here we go. Say Bugs Bunny is traveling from the Warner Brothers studios in LA, and when he gets to Albuquerque, he takes that left turn he's always talking about. Where will he most likely end up? Mexico City, Mexico, New Orleans, Louisiana, Waco, Texas, or Pueblo, Colorado?
Albuquerque, left turn.
Let's take a look at the right answer. Pueblo, Colorado is the only city listed here that's north of Albuquerque, which is the direction Bugs would be headed if he made his famous left turn. Not that it makes a difference. He'll still pop up in the Sahara Desert with Elmer Fudd hot on his tail. What is it with those two?
It's a rivalry, man. It's a thing you don't understand.
Hey, all right. Guess what you just picked? It's time to play Dis or Dat. This Dis or Dat's category name is, that is so totally like my life. Okay, like, I'm gonna read 7 movie titles, and for each one I want you to tell me if it features Andrew McCarthy, Molly Ringwald, or both.
Oh, jeez.
As each movie pops up, if it has Andrew McCarthy, press 1. If it has Molly Ringwald, like, press 2. Press 3 if it's both. And if you want to skip one, press 4. $500 for each right answer, and $500 will be taken away if you get it wrong or don't get to it. All right, let's put 30 seconds on the clock.
All right.
Let's do it. The Breakfast Club, McCarthy, Ringwald, or both? Less than 0. St. Elmo's Fire. Hey, Brady! Mannequin.
McCarthy.
The Pickup Artist.
McCarthy?
Pretty in Pink.
Both.
16 Candles.
Both?
Back to the one you skipped. St. Elmo's Fire. This is... That's all she wrote. You lost 2 of them, but at
take
least
it.
you got the majority. Let's look at your total score. Okay, we've been here long enough. Let's keep going. I need a category. This little number's known as, you call that a salute, and it's worth $2,000 if you get
gotta
this one
snap
right.
to it,
Flex
man.
those fingers, because here it comes. If the G.I. Joe action figure were a real man, why would he probably be turned down by the armed forces? If they asked, he would tell. His scar violates dress codes, his gun is the wrong caliber, or he only has one opposable thumb. The makers of the original G.I. Joe turned one of his thumbs backwards so they could know if anyone was stealing their design and trying to sell it as their own.
Oh.
And here he's also got flat feet. Geez, why don't they just recruit Barbie and get the war going? All right, hit me.
I don't know, I'm just Ken.
Here we have Behind the Green Lab Door. How does $2,000 sound? Hope you brought your suit. It's time to get wet. What might be the best way to talk dirty to a dendrochronologist? Wind me up and point me to noon, shave my head and call me Persis, lay me open and count my rings, or rub ink all over me and identify me.
Dendrochronologist. I think it's counting rings.
A dendrochronologist studies the age of trees and climate changes, generally by counting the growth rings. And later on in the evening, the neighbors will probably be complaining about those shouts of,
Timber! Yeah!
"That's it for round 1, let's go to round 2. Now remember, everything in round 2 is worth double, so heads up. Okay, pick a category. This category is known as, how do you say polysorbate 80 in Italian?
Ew.
One right answer and $6,000 head your way. Hey, we all know there's no one more authentically Italian than Chef Boyardee, right? If Chef Boyardee introduced a new canned pasta made with ingredients native to Italy, which of the following would he make? Celery and burgeroni, zucchini zuroni, beefaghetti and tomato sauce, or carrotaroni?
I don't know. Zucchini maybe?
See, now, I could have given you some cash if you picked this. Celery is one of the few veggies indigenous to Italy. Of course, if Chef Boyardee really wants to be known as a great chef, he needs to get his own TV show.
And now we open the can and heat the contents over a low flame. I call it Chisarone.
Category, please. Now serving. Pray you remember it this year. And get this one right, you got 4K coming your way. Put your tray in the upright position. It's time for takeoff. Well, if Hallmark wants to share some of their profits with the mythological gods who make love possible, who will not get a kickback? Venus, Aphrodite, Cupid, or Athena? Bet you wish you'd pick this.
Oh.
Athena is the goddess of battle, not love. Of course, if you've ever been in a card store on Valentine's Day, you've seen more than one battle as everyone goes for that last card. I need a category.
I finally conquered my triskaidekaphobia.
13!
This one likes to go by, if he
Baby
wins an Oscar,
sips.
we'll stop making fun of him. Get
Well,
it right,
I
I'm
mean,
handing over 2K.
I
Let's
presume
see
this
how
is
you
about Adam
handle this
Sandler?
one. If Keanu Reeves were actually Keno Reeves, what kind of fun could you have with him in Vegas? Spin him around and bet on where he stops, pump quarters into him and pull his arm, bet on numbered ping pong balls he spits out, or watch him perform a
I
racy
bet on
Old
numbered
West
ping pong
dance.
balls.
Keno is a casino game where people win money by predicting the numbers of ping pong balls.
Thank
dropped
you,
from an
Kentucky
air-filled
Lottery,
cylinder.
and
Kind of like the lottery.
That cool redheaded guy, I guess.
Okay, dude, here we go. 5, 3, 6. No, wait, 9. Okay, I need a category.
Yeah, well, that's the Saints here for you, man.
What do we have here? After
We got a
taxes,
quarterback,
you're lucky
but
to get
maybe we want a better one.
4,000
But
big ones for a
we're
right
so deep
answer
in debt,
here.
it's
Think
going to be
fast.
forever.
The NFL is a central organization that sets policies for all of its teams, yet with individual matters, teams maintain their own authority. What type of government system is this? Socialism, imperialism, populism, or federalism? For the curious, here's the right answer. Under a system of federalism, a central authority splits power with the individual units. Sort of like the United States, with a little less ass-slapping. All right, hit me. Say hello to, this is your captain, and you get 4,000 clams for this one. Okay, I want you to imagine you're in airline pilot school and you're about to complete your first solo landing. On your final landing approach, you suddenly lose sight of the horizon. What's happening to you? You've just entered the Twilight Zone, you're nearing Erie, Indiana, you're lost in space, or you've just made a quantum leap. Should have picked this. The term for the moment your aircraft loses sight of the horizon during the landing approach is the Twilight Zone. And if you passengers will just look out to your left, you'll see lovely downtown Seattle, the beautiful Puget Sound, and Einstein's formula for relativity. Okay, pick a category. Uh-oh, blah, 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 blah.
Gibberish question.
It's time for equalization.
Take a look at your gibberish category. The kind you don't drive home to mother. 10,000 bucks if you move fast on this gibberish question. Now listen up. Every second and a half, some of the cash is going to disappear. So if you want to win big, you got to be quick. All right, time to think and rhyme. Buzz in and start typing when you know. What trendy product does this rhyme with?
Trendy product.
Sort who spill a wee tea trickle.
Sort who spill a wheat tea
First clue,
trickle.
it's a popular style of automobile. Yeah, I feel lucky if I have the mobile kind. It's a popular style of automobile that includes Explorers and Blazers.
Oh.
Let's see what you think. Start typing.
There you go.
And I hear when you buy those things, you get a free book called Driving 40 in the Left Lane and Other Ways to Make People Want to Kill You. Okay, yeah, I've got issues.
Fair. I think we all do.
Category, please.
Slow down question.
And this one is, somebody better slow this question down. Hello, we're talking $6,000, so pay attention. You know the classic Wilson Pickett tune, Mustang Sally? Of course you do. If Mustang Sally were from Mustang, what would Sally most likely ride? A Himalayan mountain goat, an Atlantic Ocean sperm whale, a Saharan camel, or an Australian kangaroo?
Mustang.
The correct answer
I thought it
is...
was I kept looking for a horse.
Mustang is the name of a Himalayan region in Nepal near the Tibetan border. So you might just see Sally speeding along with the Dalai Lama riding shotgun, the wind blowing in their hair. Or at least her hair. All right, hit me.
Ooh, we got ourselves back-to-back questions
give
here.
it up for, guess you better slow your Mustang down. Play your cards right, you win 4,000 bucks. So you know where Mustang Sally is, huh? Good for you. But tell me this, smarty pants. Suppose you take Wilson Pickett's advice and ride Sally Ride. Who will probably tell you to get the hell off her back? A former Texas governor, an Olympic champion, a renowned scientist, or
Sally
a
Ride,
astronaut?
of course, is the first female astronaut.
In 1983, Sally Ride became the first American woman in space.
Yeah,
You
from
don't
the
want to
U.S.
ride her very long anyway. You know, there's just a lot of chafing during atmospheric re-entry. I need a category. And I believe this one's called Nuts. How does $4,000 grab you? Let's rock. If you're sent to a nut house for those that are actual nuts, you'd find yourself surrounded by which of the following? Chestnuts and straitjackets, cashews and padded cells, medicated almonds, or electroshocked peanuts.
I think cashews?
Cashew? Gesundheit.
Ew.
Here's what you should have picked. Chestnuts. Although peanuts, almonds, and cashews are commonly referred to as nuts, technically they're not. They simply have an altered view of reality.
Oh.
Okay, I need a category. This one's called Hugh Downs Can't Drive 55. Get a right answer, you're walking away with $4,000. Hope you brought your suit. It's time to get wet. Say Barbara Walters does a news special about the minimum vision requirement to own a driver's license in most U.S. states. What would be an appropriate name for the show? 2010, 2020, 2040, or 2100?
2040, maybe?
In order to obtain a driver's license in most U.S. states, you must have at least 20/40 vision.
Okay, we'll take it.
It's just like how you have to be able to speak very clearly if you want to be a news anchor. Oh, wait a minute. All right, hit me. Welcome to the Jack Attack. Keep your eyes on the screen, and when you see two words that match, hit your buzzer. If you're right, I give you $2,000. If you're wrong, you're going down 2,000. But don't forget, remember the clue. Not any old word's gonna do it. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Hey, little sister, what have you done? Oh boy. Hey, could you hand me that diaper? Yeah, thanks.
Okay, gotcha. Yep. Okay. There we go. It had something to do with exercise. Janet, yep. Loves Chachi. That'd be Mallory.
Hey, let go of the keyboard! You did great! Let's take a look at your final score! That's the game! Wow,
We
you're
haven't
the
had
best
great
guest
scores
we had this
tonight,
whole
but
game.
we haven't
Really?
completely
Now, do
embarrassed
me a
ourselves
favor.
too bad.
Take a quick look to your left, now your right, and repeat after me.
You don't know Jack! Hey, look who's top dog, number one at the Animal Pound. High score. Hey, how about that? If you want to play again, or if you'd rather just get in line for euthanasia, let me know.
Good night. Ooh, yeah.
We're going to call it here. Thank you. That concludes this episode of You Don't Know Jack Offline. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Leave a comment in the section below. Spread the word. We'll see you next time here in Tickets Please. Gaming as the arcade is now closed. I think we're going to take a break before we start our last game. So, see you in about 90, folks.